That's a lot of big words. Could you parse it out for us?
Yeah, first, thank you for having me, Krish. It's a true honor to be in your podcast. Yeah, absolutely. So with Vocadian, the vision we have is how to improve human health. So one such large gap is in your everyday life, right? You have 24 hours. I think many people would agree that your health is better monitored in your private life. So that means your life beyond your work hours. But what's within the work hours, right? I think most of the times in the work hours, the most important stakeholders would be your company and the individuals. But I think quite unfortunately, in this more kind of capitalist market, people are often quite dedicated to work. And it's nothing wrong to be dedicated to work, right? We work very hard. But I think in the market, there's a lack of a more evidence-based tool to monitor your health and wellness during the work hours. And it is exactly for this context, we want to bring in more evidence-based tools into the work hours. And that would immediately enhance, right, the safety kind of or the entire structure of how health is managed throughout a person's everyday life. And Vocadian, quite special. So Voca and Cadian. So it actually means vocal. So our core advantage is voice biomarker, and then Cadian, it actually means circadian science. So it is the first entry point in our market where we leverage voice to detect different sort of health conditions. And when we started the company, we started with the most high impact segments, which we identify would be those in the more kind of manual heavy industries where your cognition plays a very large role in determining your wellness. So imagine you're in a construction site and you are in a kind of a site where you are like 20 meters under the ground level, and then you were walking the stairs and you just like caught off guard because you were fatigued. Then you basically lost your life. That we saw many tragedies like these in countries and regions where we see a large volume of construction activities. But so it's not just construction, right? There are many, many more other industries there where fatigue plays a huge source of these tragic accidents worldwide. I think especially in kind of the developing regions. And for Vocadian, we really want to address that. And our voice that mentioned earlier offers a much longer time horizon than the current solutions in the market. So in the current market, you see like the telematics or different sensors, wearables, right? It's actually sense when you're in the site. But for Vocadian, we detect it before even the workers started their day. So we can detect fatigue levels 12 hours or even more before the symptom actually arise. So in some ways, understanding the market, wearables in itself is kind of a predictive solution, but the time horizon for us is still too long to do anything meaningful. So for us is in hours, in like 12 hours or even longer. So that gave your employees or the individuals a lot more time to respond. So this is Vocadian. So we started with the heavy industries, but in the longer run, we hope to leverage more modalities of AI and biomarkers. And we will use these technologies to also detect sickness, so diseases. And often in these industries that we operate in, diseases like COPD or like these kind of respiratory diseases, right? These because of the unique nature of the environmental factors, they itself presents a much greater prevalence among the population. So as voice biomarkers, I think in the same nature of being predictive, we can integrate a same process of just documenting your voice, no, like assessing your voice, right? And then offering a predictive risk factors across multiple layers of risks that is critical to your health. So this is what we have at Vocadian at the moment.